Barbados.
Good afternoon, I'm Lisa Broom with the CBC News Break. Barbados is being told that even though levels of violent crime remain relatively low, crimes against the person are issues of considerable and increasing concern. A report from the Inter-American Development Bank has provided statistics to support its claim. The information is contained in the Crime and Violence in Barbados IDB series on crime and violence in the Caribbean. It is recommending that special attention be placed on the matter in order to maintain adequate levels of perceived citizen security. For all major violent crimes, the report says Barbados compares favorably to many of its Caribbean neighbors. The report suggested there was a link between crime and violence and overcrowding in homes and men of the low-income bracket. It's World Alzheimer's Day, and as focus is placed on the disease, Barbadians are being reminded it does not only affect the elderly. According to President of the Alzheimer's Association, Pamelia Burton, there are records of people in their 30s and 40s developing the disease. She says as Barbadians get older, the numbers could increase.
As you may know, it has become an epidemic now. It's all over the world. Barbados is no exception. As of 2014, we were looking at 4,077, and that is 2014. This is 2016. So you can imagine what the numbers are like, considering we have such a high aging population. So it's up to us now as to what we want to do with it. And I think we have to strike very fast because, as I said before, with the aging population, it's going to get worse.
World Alzheimer's Day is observed to raise awareness of the most common cause of dementia. This year's theme is Remember Me. Ms. Burton says caring for a person with the disease can be difficult, and the association has sought to reach out to Barbadians caring for someone with Alzheimer's. She's advising people who may present with symptoms of the condition to visit a doctor.
Encourage them to see a doctor. Now, that is not always easy. So sometimes a doctor might come and see you. But I know of cases where right now, even yesterday, I had a lady call and she had the same problem. But then when I listened to her, there was so much more because she was talking about abuse. You see, and that's another, because person with dementias tend to would be more easily to be abused than any other person who's just say suffering from just being an elderly person. And a lot of that is going on right now, so we have to be looking out for that as well.
Barbados is among 6 CARICOM states seeking assistance for funding of the climate-related projects. The funds will be provided through the Commonwealth Climate Finance Access Hub. That hub, which is being hosted by the Mauritius government, is intended to assist governments to deal with the ravaging effects of climate change by accessing funding from a global fund target of $100 billion a year by 2020. It is supported with a $1 million Australian grant by the Australian government and a £1 million grant from the Commonwealth Secretariat, plus in-kind support from the government of Mauritius. The agreement for the new Commonwealth initiative was signed by Commonwealth Secretary General Patricia Scotland and Mauritius Prime Minister Arunod Jagannath. Aside from Barbados, the first countries to formally request assistance from the Commonwealth Climate Finance Access Hub are Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Guyana, Jamaica, Mauritius, Namibia, Nauru, Solomon Islands, St. Kitts and Nevis, Tonga, and Vanuatu. The newly crowned Miss Universe Barbados, Shannon Harris, is unfazed by the controversy surrounding her win. Following her coronation, some social media users went as far as to suggest she only won because of her complexion. However, Miss Universe Barbados is happy and is looking forward to representing Barbados well at the 65th Miss Universe pageant in the Philippines in January next year. Barbados last competed in that pageant in 2007.
I would say that I'm here to represent our country, and I'm happy to do so. And when I bring home the crown, I hope everybody's supportive and as happy as I am. I would encourage anybody to join the pageant, honestly, because it's a life-changing experience, as I said, and you would learn a lot, not just for pageants, but for life, and you can take them with you forever.
A charitable organization has responded to a specific need of the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. This as the Myeloma, Lymphoma and Leukemia Foundation of Barbados donated a chemotherapy infusion pump to the hematology department. The donation comes in response to a previous appeal for the pumps by head of the department, Dr. Teresa Laurent, in June this year. Now, speaking to the media, Dr. Laurent says more people are visiting the clinic and the pump will make the process of delivering chemotherapy easier.
The use of the pump is really coming at a timely moment for us. The numbers of patients continue to increase in the clinics because number one, the diagnoses are being made, and number two, more and more patients are accessing the public services because the private services may not necessarily be able to afford. So we want to say thanks again to the Myeloma Lymphoma Leukemia Foundation.
Meanwhile, President of the foundation, Hyacinth Grimes, made a plea for Barbadians to come out and volunteer at the organization.
Our services are really managed by volunteers because we try to keep the money that would pay staff with to help the patient, because we do give them buy medication that is not on the drug formulary and things like so. Sometimes we have to give a food voucher. Sometimes we have to even pay rent for a short period. These are not such long-term sustainable programs, but we do assist in the best way we can.
Well, the foundation will hold its annual fundraising tea party on November 25th. Time for a break now, but when we come back, regional and international news.